Archive of Malaysia, officially known as Arkib Negara Malaysia, is the nation's repository of historical records for Malaysians. It is established on December 1, 1957, not long after the independence of Malaya. NAM also served as the national memory banks that assure Malaysia's entire history from the day of colonialism to the struggle for independence, and now is permanently protected, meticulously maintained, and accessible for historical research, educational purposes, and administrative continuity. The NAM's collections are exceptionally broad, reflecting Malaysia's complex history. There are two types of records. The first type is the public records, which are created by the government agencies and ministries. The second type, public archive, which are created from individuals, organizations, and prestigious families. The National Archives of Malaysia also preserve special collections such as maps, architectural plans, pictures, and oral history recording, which are one of the primary sources for social, political, and cultural evolutions of Malaysia government.
I will introduce the National Archive of Malaysia by explaining its logo, location, and the purpose that guides the organization. The logo was designed based on the dome of the Sultan Abdul Samad building, which represents the identity of Malaysia. Inside the logo, there are 13 sheets of paper arranged like flower petals, while the 13 petals represent all 13 states of Malaysia. At the center of the logo sits a star with 13 points, which stands for unity among Malaysians and also reflects the official authority of the institution. The color yellow represents history and culture. As for the darker tones, such as brown and black, represent the soil of the nation as well as the firmness of rules and regulations that protect national records. The National Archive of Malaysia is located at Jalan Tuanku Abdul Halim in Kuala Lumpur.
Next, moving on to the functions of National Archive of Malaysia. There are several key functions of NAM. Firstly, it is to collect and preserve. NAM responsible for acquiring, preserving, and storing the national records such as maps, documents, photos, audio recording, and private papers that have value to the Malaysian government. Next, NAM also acts as a record management advisors. NAM provides guidance and help with record management across the country, including federal and state offices. These steps are to ensure the systematic and efficient handling of record materials. Lastly, NAM also functions as a reference and research facility where researchers, students, and the public can have access to the archival materials for patron studies and research. NAM provides them with the material as per request before they can have access to the material at the repository.
Now, let us explore the 7 core divisions of the National Archive of Malaysia and its vital roles.
This division focuses specifically on collecting, preserving, and managing the personal and official records of Malaysia's key statesmen, like former prime ministers and high-ranking officials.
Next is the Research and Documentation Management Division. In this division, they manage the reference services, documentation, and the library archive, helping researchers find the information they need. Continuing with the third division, the Development Division drive modernization and expansion.
They handle things like the construction of new buildings and the development of specialized archival systems and technology.
Now, for the Archive Management Division, they are the heart of the National Archive of Malaysia.
Responsible for acquiring, preserving, and providing access to Malaysia's invaluable historical records. Next is the Government Records Management Division. Their job is ensuring efficient and proper management of records currently held by government agencies before they even become archives.
And finally, the Planning and Coordination Division.
They are responsible for handling the NAM strategic planning, policy coordination, and international relations.
The National Archives of Malaysia provides services to mainly governmental bodies and public, preserving the national memories for future generations and supporting government functions.
There are four main services provided by NAM, which are reference services, record management services, preservation and reprography, and guide tours.
The first service is the reference services. The National Archives of Malaysia allow users or researchers to access to the archival materials. The National Archives of Malaysia provide reference areas and search rooms for researchers to consult with the archival materials. However, while consulting with the archival materials, pens, ink pens, markers or highlighters are strictly forbidden to prevent causing damage to the archival materials. Next is the Record Management Service. This service explains how the National Archives manage the records to ensure it follows the policy and the legislation governing the archival management, which is the National Archives Act 2003. It includes consultation and training, file classification, and public records disposal.
Next, preservation and reprography services. This service includes providing a suitable environment for storing archival materials through monitoring the most suitable temperature and humidity for each type of archival materials. The examples of preservation services are encapsulation, traditional repair, and binding. Last but not least, the services provided also include guide tours. They provide talks and briefings about the services and departments of NAM, showing how records are managed and preserved.
If you wish to contact the National Archives of Malaysia, here are their contact details.